Hola amigos, Dr. Labrunicky. Today we're going to take a look at how the present tense subjunctive works in Spanish. We'll take a look at how to conjugate regular and irregular verbs and then try some practice activities at the end. Vamos a empezar. ¿Qué es el subjuntivo? The subjunctive mood is used to express doubt, uncertainty, emotions, and subjectivity. These are some examples in English to kind of think how it works in Spanish. I hope that it doesn't rain tomorrow. My parents want me to study more. I hope that you have a good weekend. I'm happy that you came to the party. When John arrives, we can start. Alright, the subjunctive has three different parts, normally. Sometimes it can be abbreviated, but typically it should follow this formula. The first part is going to be a present indicative verb in the present tense, something indicating uncertainty, doubt, subjectivity. Somebody hopes that something will happen, somebody likes that something will happen. Then K can be the second part, which means that. And then the third part is the verb in the subjunctive mood, or in the second clause of the sentence. These are some typical phrases that might start a subjunctive clause. Cuando, when. Ojalá que, hopefully. Desear que, to desire that. En cuanto, as soon as. Dudar que, to doubt that. Esperar que, to hope that. Querer que, to want that. Más vale que, it's better that. Es probable que, it's probable that. Me alegro que, I'm happy that. Alright, next let's take a look at these examples in Spanish, and I've underlined the subjunctive verbs so we can see how that works, and I've also given the English translation beneath. Ojalá que no llueva mañana. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. So we have no control over the weather. The weathermen try to predict the weather, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't happen. So that's an example of something that would be in the subjunctive. Mis padres quieren que yo estudie más. My parents want me to study more. Of course, that's what they want, but whether a student is going to actually do it or not is up to them. So it's out of the parents' control. Yo espero que tengas un buen fin de semana. I hope you have a good weekend. Again, it's a desire for the future, may or may not happen, so that calls for the subjunctive. So you can see that these have the three parts. Present tense verb in the first part that indicates a hope or a want, que, and then the third part is the subjunctive verb. But now with the last one, it could be shortened to que tengas un buen fin de semana, or sometimes you might even people hear them say tengas un buen fin de semana. Okay, so how do we conjugate the subjunctive? Let's take a look at AR verbs and a verb like hablar. So again, we're going to drop the ending that gives us our root, and then we're going to add the opposite endings that we would usually add for an ER or IR verb. Yo hablé, tú habléis, él usted hable, nosotros hablemos, vosotros habláis, ellos ustedes hablen. So any AR verb that's a regular one is going to get the opposite endings, and that puts it into the subjunctive. All right, up next we've got ER and IR verbs. How do we conjugate those? Again, let's take a look at comer, typical ER verb. Drop the ER, that gives us our root. And then now we're going to add the typical AR verb endings, and that's going to form the subjunctive. Yo coma, tú comas, él usted coma, nosotros comamos, vosotros comáis, ellos ustedes coman. Okay, then there are some irregular verbs. One thing to keep in mind is many of the irregular verbs follow the present tense yo form. So think of a verb in the yo form like tengo, salgo, different verbs like that in the yo form in the present tense. You're going to drop the o, and then that's going to give you your irregular root, and then we're going to add on the opposite endings. So again, if we have a er verb, then we're going to add the ar endings. That's going to give us the subjunctive. So if we think of the yo form of tango, that's going to give us our root. And then let's look at the opposite endings. Yo tenga, tú tengas, él ella usted tenga, nosotros tengamos, vosotros tengáis, ellos ellas ustedes tengan. Then there are some other irregular ones that don't follow this formula, like ser goes to yo sea, saber goes to yo sepa, estar goes to yo esté. And so, but many of the irregular ones, if you think of what's the yo form in the present tense, that's going to give you your root, and then just put on the opposite ending of that. All right, alguna pregunta? All right, so give it a try. See if you can come up with 5 phrases that would incorporate the subjunctive. And this could be some prompts. ¿Qué quieres que haga tu amigo, amiga? Directora Mahoney, or tu director de tu escuela. Tu mascota, tu profesor, tus padres, tus hermanos. So again, think what would you like your friend to do? Maybe the principal of your school to do? What would you like your pet to do? Your teacher? Your parents? Your siblings? This is a perfect use of the subjunctive because we want other people to do stuff and they have their own will, and so what we want may or may not happen, and that would be a perfect use of the subjunctive. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to work, or just hit the pause, and then we'll go on to the end screen in just a moment here. All right, gracias por mirar. Thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button for free access to all my videos, and my channel is Learning Spanish with Dr. L. Hasta pronto.